Hello, welcome to my channel. This is my first video where I will be talking about news that will surprise absolutely nobody. It just highlights how much it really impacted our Earth. I'll be uploading videos somewhat consistently, not every day, maybe every week or a few weeks, talking about new release studies or articles in mainly biology, but I could also cover chemistry, physics, maybe even psychology if I feel like it. So, onto the article. As it turns out, one of the most desolate and isolated places on Earth has somehow been impacted by microplastics. Microplastics, of course, being plastics more than 1 micrometer to 5 millimeters in size. An international team led by researchers at the University of Kentucky, Martin Gatton, and the College of Agriculture, Food and Environment has found that Antarctica's only native insect is already consuming microplastics. This insect being of the genus Belgica, and species Antarctica, Belgica, Antarctica, or simply the Antarctic midge. This study was the first to investigate how microplastics can affect an Antarctic insect, and the first to confirm plastic particles inside wild-caught smidges, in the Antarctic, of course. The project began in 2020 when Jack Devlin, a then PhD student struck by a documentary about plastic pollution, moved to Scotland to work as a marine ornithologist. To give a little background information, the study was conducted again on the Antarctic midge, which is a small fly about the size of grain of rice, being the southernmost insect on the planet and only species native exclusively to Antarctica. It inhabits damp mats of moss and algae along the Antarctic Peninsula. That should be enough background information. Let's see what they found. What they did is they took the larvae and put them under controlled conditions under different concentrations of microplastics to see how they would affect the midge. And although the findings were not extreme, it still provides concern. To Devlin's own words, he stated even at the highest plastic concentrations, survival didn't drop, and their basic metabolism didn't change either. On the surface, they seemed to be doing fine. However, deeper analysis found that larvae exposed to higher levels of microplastics showed reduced fat reserves despite the fact that carbohydrate and protein levels stayed consistent. And this is especially bad, as fat is an essential store of energy, especially for such a challenging climate like the one in Antarctica. Devlin suspects that slow feeding in cold conditions and complexity of natural soils may limit how much plastic larvae actually ingest because of the challenges conducting research in Antarctica. However, one issue with Devlin's experiment is that it only lasted 10 days, which Devlin himself noted that long-term studies will be necessary to determine how long-term exposure might affect these insects over time. So, yeah, this begs the question. Although microplastics don't seem that harmful on nature, like demonstrated here, with it only affecting some fat reserves, should we still reduce plastic usage? Quite frankly, if your answer to that was no, then I suggest that you watch some more documentaries on plastic and how it affects humans and nature in general, or I should post more about that and its effects also on humans. I think I already mentioned that. Plastic is harmful, and the fact that it's spreading to the most desolate and harsh places on Earth is extremely dystopian. Doesn't give me much hope for the future. Not saying it would cause the Earth to blow up or something, but yeah, it should cause concern, and people aren't taking enough concern. I think we should hold industries and corporations accountable because this is going too far. A few hundred years ago, people would have had a revolution over this if they found a chemical that was killing the earth, and not chemical compound. Just whatever, yeah, chemicals. Let's go with chemicals. Chemicals killing the earth. That's pretty much what it is. A few hundred years back, we would have definitely revolted, and the fact that we aren't, even with better technology and communication with each other, is just crazy to me. That genuinely really hurts to think about. So, begs the question: are we too late? Can we reverse the effects? Who knows? Really, who knows? Some people are saying yes, scientists especially. Some people are saying no, usually not scientists. We've already surpassed, I think, 1.5 degrees Celsius in global temperature. Oh, we are going to very soon, which was the goal for the United Nations, I think. I think it was the United Nations. It was to, yeah, pretty sure it was the United Nations, and yeah, we will fail to do that, and hopefully 2 degrees will be the next goal, and hopefully we stop by then. So, yeah, who knows? Thank you guys for watching my first video. I'll see you next time I make a video. Also, videos release whenever I feel like it. I don't have much time. I'm in sixth form, you know, revising. I've got a job, doing all that. Doesn't leave me much time. So I'm doing this for fun. I really enjoy biology and other sciences. So yeah, thanks for watching.